Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Doug with 9 to 5 Tactical, and today we're going to talk about my VERTX range bag and how I set it up. But before I get into today's video, I'd like to thank our channel sponsor Aura. Aura offers data protection services to combat scammers and malware, especially with the ongoing hacks and data breaches that have been going on, especially with the one from AT&T that happened earlier this year, where millions of people had their information such as social security numbers, credit cards, payment info, etc. that was leaked to a bunch of hackers and scammers. Now, if you want to protect yourself, you can sign up with Aura with a 14-day trial with no overhang. You can cancel whenever you want, help support the channel, but also keep yourself protected. And lastly, we have a Patreon set up, so if you'd like to support us and enjoy our content, that's how we keep the lights on going around here. We're a bunch of brokies, and we'd like to have your support to keep our content going for free. For a disclaimer, we did have the opportunity to chat with Dan from VERTX. We met him at GunCon 2024. We expressed interest in their product, and they were nice enough to send us out this VERTX bag for review. So shout out to Dan, because I was desperate need of a range bag. So obviously I wanted something a little bit more organized going to the range, and it was getting really annoying just to have move things in and out all the time, because I had that Under Armour bag for going to the gym, and then I had to take my gym stuff out and then put my range stuff in, then go to the range. So that brings me to what we really have today, is the VERTX C.O.F heavy range bag. So we're just going to jump right into the specs to get that out of the way. The bag is called the C.O.F heavy range bag from VERTX. C.O.F meaning course of fire. MSRP is $245.99. VERTX does offer a light version for about $100 cheaper if you didn't want the heavy one. Unfortunately, the only colorway that's available is their Heather Black / Galaxy Black. That's what they have in the description, but black. For the dimensions, it is 10.75 inches tall, 18.5 inches long, and 10 inches wide. The concealed carry compartment, aka the sides of the bag, is 10 inches tall and 17 inches long and 1 inch wide, with an overall capacity of 15 liters. On the bottom, it features 4 rubber feet to keep the bag touching any surfaces that might be dirty or wet. Also on the side, it does have a mesh ID window, so you can put any type of identification in there. So for this next part, where I'm going to kind of walk you through my setup and how I have it done, and maybe you can get an example of where you want to put things, or maybe you don't like how I did it and you can know what to avoid. So starting with the main storage, we have the VERTX magazine pouch that holds all my magazines, from my staccato ones to my Glock ones. And then on the side that's attached to keep it from dangling around, you don't have to do this, but I don't want any clutter moving around, but I have the timer attached to the side divider. As well as my paper targets are set in the main storage. There's actually a small crack between the top and bottom separator, so you can actually stuff your paper targets in the side without having them get sandwiched or smushed. Next, while we're also in the main storage area still, are the zipper pockets. This one is actually empty, but this one I have my Sharpies and my staples. It's a rather small zipper pocket, so I thought this would be a great area for just very small items such as Sharpies and extra staples. As for the zipper pockets on the flap, these are actually the biggest pockets out of the entire bag, from the ones on the side to the ones in the main storage. However, I haven't found a use for these just yet, because I don't want a bunch of big heavy things in here, because it causes the flap to just be like super heavy and makes it more difficult to move it around. So next we have the side storage, which is Velcro. It can hold any tactical army accessories or any Velcro attachments you already may have. But actually for me, I have my backup pistol just in case my main squeeze fails. So moving on to the other side of the bag, we have the ammo storage area. So starting at the top with the zipper pockets, I actually have chalk, because I am a dirty, nasty, greasy individual. I need chalk to make sure my gun stays in my hands, because I have greasy, clammy hands for some reason. I don't know why I sweat so much, but I'm just getting a little nervous. Next, on the other side is my extra batteries, because red dots need batteries. And I know people who run irons only are going to fight me for that. Oh, that's why red dots suck, but they're wrong. But in the real world, irons and red dots have their place. So moving down, I have the ammo storage area, which is actually not ammo. I actually have instead my ear pros and eye pros. The reason I have that is because it's easy access, one of the first things I can grab, and it's in the container on this side because it's smaller, and it does a good job of holding the glasses and eye pros together instead of just moving around through the entire bottom. But on the other side, I actually have my bigger tools, such as my staple gun and my torque screw set. Now these aren't in a box because they're big enough to not move around. And also they don't really fit in the boxes that well together. So It's really nice that VERTX does allow you to remove the drawers at the bottom to create additional space for any targets you want to put at the bottom or larger tools that you may have. Like I mentioned, I don't have any ammo in the bottom for additional storage. Now, where do I keep my ammo? I just keep it in a separate box. Why? Because it's just easier for me to transport. I do shoot a lot at the range, and I do usually fill this up with like 600 or 700 rounds. Do I need to fill it up that much? Probably not, but I just like to not have to do that as often. But if I put 600 or 700 rounds in the bag, while it doesn't deform the bag, it does take up space down here, so I don't have the additional storage for my items, so I have more clutter at the top that just kind of moves around freely, and I'm trying to reduce how much of that I have. I just lost my voice there for a second. But the ammo at the bottom here, what it actually does that made it difficult for me was it made the bag really heavy. 500 or 600 rounds of 9mm is not that light, guys. Or maybe I'm just a little I need to get stronger. But that's why I have my ammo outside, just for more storage and less weight for the bag. One thing I did find a little gimmicky was the magazine holder. If you are someone that wants a lot of organization and you do have OCD, I think this is really great for you. However, if you're someone like me who just doesn't really care, you're kind of lazy and you don't want to take the extra few seconds out of your range age and put it in there, you're going to do something like this. You're going to throw it in there and you're going to go home. Now, with the little nitpicky things out of the way, we're going to go into what I do like and what I don't like, aka our pros and cons. So starting with what I really do like, it makes packing for the range a whole lot easier. So it's got zipper pouches for small items and tools. At the bottom, it's got storage for ammo or other miscellaneous tools like I have set up. And then you got on the side area for setting up your backup pistol, to a Tatigami sidewall to attach any Velcro attachments, or the Tatigami VERTX specific attachments. So basically everything in the bag is purpose built, so it's kind of got you covered in all the areas. The next pro we have is that it's really sturdy. So I've obviously thrown a bunch of things in this bag and have made it rather heavy, but despite it being super heavy, it's held its shape and hasn't deformed. It's got in the divider in the bag, it has like this plastic insert which holds up anything you put in the main storage, as well as keep the roofing on anything on the bottom. And the bag, its overall quality, it's also got like this wire handles on the side here that kind of keep it shaped together as well. So I don't know what the maximum capacity of this is, but I've thrown like 400 or 500 9mm rounds in here on top of what's already stuffed in there, and this has not deformed or caved in. So last pro that we have is how easy it is to carry the bag. So VERTX gives you about 3 options here to carry. So starting with the one on the top, you got the shoulder strap. So you want to keep your hands free, or the bag's a bit too heavy for your hands, you can just throw it over your shoulder. Or if you don't like that option and you just don't want to do it at all, you can actually detach it, so it's not in your way. Next you have is the carry handles on top, which is really nice because you can actually Velcro strap them together, so you're not just fighting the straps trying to pull themselves apart. And lastly, on the side, you have the additional carry handles that are these like metal wires, and then you can just allow you, let's say it's in your trunk of your car and you can only have access to the side, you can actually just pull it right out. Or if you're just trying to move it around your house, you can just move it around like this and set it down. So really nice how many options that VERTX gives you right out the box. So carrying this bag, despite it being the heavy range bag, is rather easy to do. So moving on to the cons, or really one con that we have, is that we wish there were more colorways available. Fortunately for me, I do like this. I wear black a lot, and I also have a bunch of accessories in a similar color, so it's not really a big issue for me. However, if you're someone who doesn't like this and you kind of want more options such as OD green or FTE or hot pink for that matter, it's just not available currently. So hopefully VERTX does offer that in the future. Now, do I think this is worth the price of $245.99? Based on my research, I think the price is in that mid-tier of quality bags, just outside the top tier prices. I think in terms of quality and material you're getting, your money's worth. However, in terms of storage, I feel that it's a little bit on the tighter side, but that's just the style of this bag. There's more open style bags out there, so depending on what you want something with more customization, as more open with interchangeable separators or dividers, you can go that route. Or if you want something kind of set in stone with some customability, I think the VERTX bag is right for you. Like I said, I was searching for an actual range bag, and this fulfills the job and makes my life a whole lot easier. Overall, this is a good range bag, and if you don't have one, this will make your life easier and then using just a gym bag or backpack like I was using. It's purposely built, and it's got a good amount of compartments, sturdy, and a fair amount of storage. Remember, mine is the heavy version, so if you don't need to carry as much stuff as I have been, they offer a light version, and it's about $100 cheaper. So they have options for you if you don't require this amount of capacity. Well, that's all I really got for you today, so I hope this video was informative and you enjoyed it. And if I didn't answer all your questions, please leave a comment below and we'll try to get to those the best we can. Leave a like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.